In the village of Sripuram, there lived a businessman named Lakshmaya, who was married to a woman named Mangama. Mangama was sharp-tongued and often expressed her frustration about her never-ending household chores. One evening, as darkness set in, heavy rain began to pour. Lakshmaya, realizing he would not be stepping out, requested Mangama to serve dinner early so he could eat and sleep. Mangama, irritated as always, grumbled about how she had to work tirelessly while he could rest after business hours. However, she still served him dinner. After finishing his meal, as Lakshmaya went to close the street door, he noticed a man standing outside in the rain, completely drenched. The sight of the stranger piqued his curiosity. The man was wiping his wet clothes with a dry cloth, carrying a bundle of clothes under his arm. Upon noticing the 6 fingers on the man's right hand, Lakshmaya felt a strange sense of familiarity, as if he had seen this person before. However, unable to place his memory, he decided to invite the man inside. The drenched man, relieved and grateful, expressed his appreciation, explaining that he had been on his way to a neighboring village when he got caught in the rain. He considered Lakshmaya's kindness a divine intervention. His poor appearance and humble words evoked sympathy in Lakshmaya, who led him inside, allowing him to change into dry clothes. When Mangama emerged from the kitchen and saw the stranger inside their house, she was immediately alarmed. Dragging her husband aside, she questioned him about why he had let a beggar-like man into their home. Lakshmaya, trying to calm her, explained that the man was shivering in the rain and needed shelter. Mangama, however, was unconvinced, arguing that bringing random people into their house was unsafe. Lakshmaya, determined to treat the guest with dignity, urged his wife to prepare food for him. This demand infuriated Mangama even more, who outright refused and insisted that the man be sent away as soon as the rain stopped. Lakshmaya, however, noticed that the rain showed no sign of stopping anytime soon. Seeing no alternative, he requested Mangama to at least provide a mat for the man to sleep on for the night. Mangama, still adamant, warned that housing strangers could bring misfortune upon them. It was at that moment that Lakshmaya revealed the truth, that this man was no ordinary stranger, but someone who had unknowingly changed their lives. He insisted that if Mangama truly wanted to understand the situation, she needed to first hear about his past. Before their marriage, Lakshmaya had been an aimless young man who wasted his time wandering. By the age of 20, he had no direction in life, and his childhood friends were no different. With no opportunities for work, he decided to start a business and approached his father, Somaya, for financial help. Somaya, however, had no faith in his son's capabilities and refused to provide money, believing Lakshmaya would never return it. Deeply hurt, Lakshmaya, along with a friend, stole 2 Indian rupees, 000 from his father's locker and fled to another town. His friend convinced him to hand over the stolen money, promising to start a business together. However, in a cruel twist, the friend betrayed him, absconding with the money and leaving Lakshmaya penniless. Overcome with regret and unable to face his father again, Lakshmaya wandered aimlessly until he reached a hill stream. There, he saw a man drying himself after a bath. This man had 6 fingers on his right hand and carried a bundle behind him. Greedy thoughts crept into Lakshmaya's mind. Assuming the bundle contained money, he seized the opportunity and stole it. When he finally opened the bundle, he was astonished to find not just money, but gold coins. With this newfound wealth, he returned home, pretending to have earned it through business. He presented the treasure before his father, claiming that he had successfully turned his investment into profit. Though pleased, Somaya was skeptical about his son's sudden success and questioned him about the nature of his business. Realizing he could not provide a convincing explanation, Lakshmaya insisted that his father trust him and let him use the money to start a clothing business. Somaya, still doubtful, relented, and Lakshmaya's business flourished. Within a year, he had not only become wealthy but had also married Mangama. As he narrated his past, Lakshmaya revealed that everything they possessed, their wealth, home, and comfortable life, was all due to the money he had stolen from the man with 6 fingers. That same man now stood before them as their guest. Lakshmaya, unable to go against his wife completely, decided to let the man, whose name was Ramaya, stay the night. However, before going to sleep, he secretly placed 5 Indian rupees, 000 in Ramaya's bundle, hoping it would serve as a small repayment for his past misdeeds. The next morning, Ramaya, full of gratitude, thanked Lakshmaya and left. However, by midday, he returned with the 5 Indian rupees, 000, and handed it back. Confused, he explained that he had found the money in his bundle but knew it did not belong to him. Since he had found it in Lakshmaya's house, he believed it must have been placed there by mistake. Lakshmaya, overwhelmed with emotion, finally confessed everything, how he had stolen the treasure years ago. He begged Ramaya for forgiveness, acknowledging that all his wealth rightfully belonged to him. To his astonishment, Ramaya was not angry. Instead, he revealed that although he had been at the stream that day, he had never owned the bundle that Lakshmaya had stolen. The bundle must have belonged to someone else, and Lakshmaya had unknowingly taken possession of it. The realization struck Lakshmaya hard. For years, he had lived with the guilt of stealing from Ramaya, only to discover that the wealth he had built was based on a mistake. Reflecting on his life, he saw how he had never truly found happiness despite his riches. His meals never satisfied him, his health deteriorated, and no clothing felt comfortable on his body. It dawned on him that wealth obtained unjustly would never bring true joy. Determined to right his wrongs, he took the remaining gold coins and donated them to the village head, asking that they be used for public welfare. With the burden of his guilt lifted, Lakshmaya finally found peace. From that day on, he lived a life of contentment, dedicating himself to helping others and never again coveting another's wealth.